All right.
Welcome, everybody, as you join us live on abc7.com and our ABC7 streaming sites. Chris Christie up in Air 7 HD with a police pursuit here along the 105 freeway. That's going to be the West Covina Police Department in hot pursuit of that brown Scion.
So
looks like he's transitioning now onto the 110 freeway. Yep, southbound side of the 110 freeway as he heads south through Gardena, and we don't have an exact want, but there are about a half a dozen West Covina police right behind him. CHP not getting involved. Traditionally, that's what we would expect to see. Some mutual aid from the California Highway Patrol. However, West Covina PD has this under control. They are not asking for any help, and right now they are closing in on him. Look at that. Really about 2 or 3 car lengths behind him. Really tight on his tail, doing about 85 miles per hour as he makes his way now. Did he get off there? No, he's continuing westbound, right? Continuing westbound on the 105 there. So not sure what that ramp was, but he's still westbound on the 105 freeway.
Hey.
Westbound 105, unclear on the want here. Don't know if there's any other passengers inside the vehicle.
Good to see everybody.
Vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed again. Started in West Covina, straight down the 10 freeway.
Got
off at the 710, southbound
710
to the 105, where we now find ourselves approaching Hawthorne.
All right, much better. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, I'm doing fantastic now that I'm here with all you guys.
Once again, vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed. Traffic is very light on the westbound side.
Well, we're hauling ass. This chase has been going on for a good little while.
Right next to Hawthorne Airport. Still committed, though, to the 105 freeway. And look at how tightly that CHP or that West Covina Interceptor is right behind him there. Again, only a couple of car lengths at a high rate of speed. Just a little unusual from what we are used to seeing, especially on the freeway. But again,
you got to excuse me because I'm sick as a dog.
We're so used to the specific tactics of various agencies and so on.
Go ahead and if you would let everybody know we got chase going on. This is live happening right now.
PD really putting the pressure on here. About 6 units
Good to see
in pursuit.
Everybody.
Code 3.
Hello.
You can see him flying past all this traffic again, doing.
Oh no! Don't say that. That's not what I want to hear.
Doing some lane shifting here.
Better not be heading towards the airport. It took
Looks like he's
forever
gradually making his way over to the right, possibly looking for an exit ramp.
Get off, my friend. That's a very quick toaster for sure. Now this guy's been going.
Were you trying to call us?
Ghostbusters. Creed. Somebody call Creed and tell him we got a chase. Make sure you like this video, guys. You have to excuse me. I've taken nighttime NyQuil. I'm on the Syrup or whatever it's called. So you're going to just
Vehicle continuing westbound 105 freeway, Prairie Avenue, and getting off, we believe, here
Creed, where's that sound effect? No, I don't have
that. Is the exit ramp. That'll put him
He's getting
on
off.
Prairie Avenue in Inglewood. So getting off of the freeway for the first time here.
Oh, we love our family over in Australia.
Over to Gore Point,
Good to see
and maybe making a last-minute decision to stay on the freeway, right?
We're going to come on, man. Get in there.
Showed signs of looking for that exit. Indeed, got onto that exit lane.
Hopefully no children are in the car like last night. That was too much for me, man.
If that's still the exit road,
Ulysses, good to see you, bud.
He has gotten off the 105. So this is going to be Imperial Highway, I believe.
Dennis, I like the way you think. I like your teams. Trust in teams. We see a lot of those Scion chases, man. There's just I guess it's a very popular car.
He's at the Hawthorne Boulevard light, and
bad decision on his part. Because they're going to pit his ass.
Making a right turn on the red, and he is slowing down now a little bit.
Don't say no creed frames.
Another right turn.
No. There's a creed frame, I'm going to lose it.
Another right. So they are going to make this UE with him.
Oh, look at all these cars behind him, man.
Those black and whites now. Again, that is all.
He's coming in.
West Covina PD.
He'll speed up.
Ready for that pit maneuver. You saw him pull right behind him. And if he continues
Swing
to slow
and
down
miss
like this, he's going to get pitted here pretty quickly, making some
Oh,
random turns.
Are we going to Mom's
through
house?
The streets of Inglewood, now at Larch Avenue and 111th Street.
Child endangerment? Oh,
primary
no.
unit
I hope not.
was ready for the pit, but the
I
suspect
hope not.
apparently stepping on the gas there. So a missed opportunity to pit him there. We'll see if
That's
he
right.
gives them
Tag
another
your friends.
chance.
Tell them all.
But
Thank you.
not traveling exceptionally fast through these streets. It's a residential area. He's definitely slowed down. Was speeding on the freeway, but now is doing very manageable.
Well, thank God he slowed down a little bit.
Residential neighborhood. We'll see if he picks up the pace here. Right through.
This has been going on for a while. It took media a long time to get there.
Looks like he is, I believe, eastbound on Lenox, Lenox Boulevard.
Doing it all, man. Good to see everybody. Oh, where are we at? He's gonna get us back out somewhere.
Right turn coming towards.
If they don't pit him right here, they're gonna wish they had.
LAX airspace as he weaves through Inglewood here, coming back.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Is that Kenny Powers? No, I couldn't tell. 1 o'clock in the morning here on the beautiful East Coast. Good to see everybody. Yeah, there better not be any kids involved in this.
Passenger seat looks
welcome
empty,
in.
So nobody in the passenger seat.
It's like a no-tell motel.
Just the driver on board, unless there's anybody in the back seat. You never know. Still unclear what the original want is here, but you have to deduce that
coming in hot.
An opportunity
it's getting
for
tight.
Maybe a little too fast as he made that right turn
I don't know
through
about
the intersection there. Back on Imperial Highway. We'll see if he gets back onto the 105 freeway. But you have to wonder again what that original charge was that has caused.
Well, there we go.
To
Robert with the first bit of good news here
out
tonight.
Of their jurisdiction in West Covina, slowing down for another intersection, getting onto the freeway. A chance for a pit here.
Come on, man. You got to get up in there.
Still traveling a little too fast, although that would have been a somewhat ideal spot, I guess you could say, especially with no other cars
Thanks for the
around.
cheers.
But he is now
thank you, Jason.
Eastbound on the 105 freeway. So back on the freeway.
We need the likes, guys. Nobody's going to know we're doing anything if you don't like this video.
That we came again back through Hawthorne. And we'll see.
Well, I could see that
where he
flipping.
Decides to take them, but this is starting to appear as though he's really making it up as he goes along. Unclear how familiar he is with this part of South LA.
Oh, did he just burp?
Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much. And word coming into our assignment desk now. This is a possible rape suspect.
Look how bright that night sun is on his ass.
And they're not going to let this one go. This is a violent suspect who is
good
now
evening, good morning, and hello from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Rape suspect wanted for domestic violence, and they are
only 3 likes. Wow, I might as well cut this off.
So taking this pursuit all the way out
that
here to
truck
South
is
LA,
perfect for a chase.
now heading
Look at
back
that.
in the eastbound direction on the 105 freeway.
Wow, is anybody even here? No, Deborah, don't say that. That's terrible. We're just throwing out things. Really? 2 of you said this? Oh, well, if he pits them and something bad happens, if that's the case.
One thing we won't see here is a pit maneuver on the freeway. That would be
Carol. Thank you.
Exceptionally rare for.
We appreciate the support. Carol coming in with 5
West Covina
biggins to break in the night.
On the freeway with any amount of traffic. Obviously,
if you've been drinking,
not an empty freeway by any means. So
feel free to start sending money. That always works. He gets
off the freeway.
Not drunk people like to send money.
Or unless he runs out of gas. Not sure how much gas he has.
I see a lot of people. It's a possible R word.
Like,
so I don't even want to say that.
Older model
terrible things. But if that's the case,
and
let the cards fall where they may.
He's got his middle finger there out the window.
Ooh.
Flashing those officers behind him, now really playing games as he leads them on a joyride along the 105 here,
put
passing
his middle
Vermont
finger
Avenue.
Out. He'll regret that, just like Mary will in the morning. 25 biggins, hallelujah. Thank you, Mary.
Although they are not getting involved,
that's right. She's coming in here hot, throwing down the big bucks already.
I'm not sure if it was my
I don't know if I could say early in the morning or late at night.
As if that front bumper or that front left fender was kind of wagging in the wind there as we came around the driver's side.
It's all good, Brittany. Just you guys being here and liking, jumping into chat, saying hello means everything. Appreciate that. Just doing that is awesome. Awesome. Trying to look at a couple things, guys. So give me just 1 second. I just got done working on Wild Woman Wednesday because it's Wednesday here. So make sure you're back at 4:05 today. Or wherever you're at. Wednesday at 4:05. Wild Woman Wednesday. All women, all crazy. Yeah, Monkey, he sounds like a real class act. Georgia and California. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to continue to get better. There might not be no court tomorrow, but we're going to get this chase in and find out what the hell's happening. Just got your notifications. That's just inexcusable. You had one job. What's your excuse, YouTube? What's your excuse? This could go on for a while, man.
Lane there, you can see he's hugging that left lane. Going with the flow here, pretty much with traffic just slightly over the speed limit, if anything. Passing Wilmington Avenue, eastbound side of the 105 freeway. Maintaining that specific lane for now, and a single file line of West Covina officers right behind him as they, you could tell they're just not giving him much room to play with here.
I don't think it's a warning, but if it is, what a kickoff to the week, right? You think he was tossing stuff out the window instead of flashing the old bird?
Carpool lane now.
Maybe. And that's possible. You gotta get rid of it somehow, right? Nah, I'm fine. Like I said, I might be a little loopy, but I'm fine. Good to see you, little miss. Yeah, if you're new here, we have an incredible family over here. Very good people that take care of each other, watch out, and just enjoy hanging out, having a good time. We watch chases and all kinds of other stuff. But if you just want the chases, I'm back. I don't know what just happened. Like all of my everything, internet, everything just completely shut down. Like everything was gone. Unbelievable. Gonna be one of those nights. One of those nights. Hold on, guys.
All the way back in the Downey area as he continues eastbound on the 105 freeway. And you see a
And
lot
if I
of
missed your,
last-minute moves like that,
somebody
as
sent
if
something.
he's going to get off or switch
I
freeways,
apologize.
and then switching at the very
Bob
last
Father,
minute.
don't leave.
Almost as
Don't
if he's
leave.
trying
Nobody
to
leave.
lose
Get
these
back in
officers. You saw that helicopter down there. I'm going to guess that's probably LA County Sheriff. Is that the LA? Yes, it's an LA County Sheriff airship now assisting West Covina PD. Are on a transition road to the 605 free.
Hit this dude before this internet dies.
My estimation, put him on the northbound 605.
This is ridiculous.
Northbound 605, that's the ramp right there. He had one opportunity to make a last-minute move,
That
but he
was
is
him,
now
not us.
committed. 6 freeway, northbound 605.
I don't know what's going on.
Pedal to the metal once again here, still doing about 60 miles.
That's them, not me. So for once,
but what
I'm
you
in the
will
clear.
notice here, if the trend continues, West Covina PD
We have another one ready to go. You guys got to give me a minute.
You will not see them get too far out of frame here. No more than 4 car lengths behind them. All right, still speeding, but only about 70 to 75 miles per hour. Again, moderate traffic still on the 605 freeway, so not a whole lot of freeway to play with. Also, a few less lanes here, but still showing signs of just basic around anybody on his way passing.
I think everything's back to normal here. I don't know what happened, man. That is such a
northbound direction.
I'm glad it didn't end while I was gone, though.
West Covina,
yeah, I'm back.
That's where he chooses to take this.
Glad it didn't end while I was gone.
Possibly
the internet,
where it all started. We'll see here. We are in the.
But I've got some backup feeds ready to go if this one craps out again.
More of Santa Fe Springs, really. In fact, he's getting off in Santa Fe.
This guy's going. Oh, they're going to get aggressive.
Exiting a Telegraph Road. Somebody getting out of the way from here.
I want to leave this feed. They don't get it together. You got to stop this guy.
Down there, you thought that whenever you
he's
get
coming
off the
in
freeway like that, there's always an opportunity if he slows down enough for a pit maneuver. And here it is. There's the pit. There's the pit.
Not a pit.
Failed pit attempt. He's
that was
going
a
with
terrible
it,
pit
and
attempt.
Now making the U-turn.
Terrible.
Very light contact there. Very light contact. A failed pit. A good try, but the suspect now doing an about face on Telegraph Road. Now heading back on the back in the westbound direction here.
So everything I'm seeing is he's wanted for child endangerment and that kind of thing.
Might put him on the freeway. Yeah, back on the freeway. Back on the freeway. This is going to be the southbound side.
I got kick out ready
side of the 605. So he's
that was a terrible.
I don't think this is what he intended to do, but when that black and white closed in on him there,
awful pit
making contact.
Got to get in there.
He really had no choice but to just kind of go with it, and now he is back on the southbound side of the 605.
Yeah, he was trying to turn anyway.
You almost wonder now if maybe that other damage on the right rear of that bumper was maybe caused by a previous pit attempt earlier on in this pursuit. We're now going on close to an hour-long pursuit out of West Covina.
Yeah, and it took them 30 minutes to get to it. Jim, I missed you earlier. Thank you, Jim. Jim, a true friend, true everything. He's true, man. It's true. All right, I think I got everybody. Yep, I got everybody. All right. Yeah, this is gonna. You got to take them out on this highway. You can't just pussyfoot around like this. We're doing too much pussyfooting. We got to do something. All right, if this acts up
Once again, West Covina PD having no trouble keeping up with them here. They have assistance from the LA County Sheriff's Department providing a helicopter overhead here, but they are right on his tail.
Yeah, Chad grabbing his ass.
So
I'm gonna change his speed.
A little
it's being
later
too stupid.
Traffic now, but a few more brake lights.
We're gonna change this. Yeah, it's not working. That's not gonna work. Possibly partially.
The pit maneuver attempt right there when that person is, I'm sorry, this is when they were on residential streets, and these are highlights from earlier in the pursuit when they were going pretty fast on residential streets there in South LA, and then they got back on the freeway. But as we've been talking about, they have covered a lot of ground, Jeff, from West Covina to South LA and now back to the Santa Fe Springs area. And you got to wonder, when are they going to run out of gas?
Yeah, there's that pit maneuver right there, that latest attempt as we continue to take a look on the right-hand part of your screen. Now full screen of the live shot. And I just got to say that lead driver there for West Covina, he is really tracked and
this is really going on and on and on.
I assume he's the one that at least had that last pit maneuver, possibly
that pit
first
pit
maneuver. We think there might have been two, just
terrible,
take a look at the damage of the vehicle, but we know of at least one pit maneuver. Of course, that was unsuccessful. But as you mentioned, Susie, this has been
way more stable feed than we have all
of roadways throughout
Man,
South
go
LA,
ahead, like this video if you would.
105,
help me out.
When
I'm
we
in
first
here
engaged with this here on KCAL 9,
sickly.
Eastbound 105, the northbound
I wanted to hang out with you guys and check this
to
out.
the southbound 605. In between there
oh,
was
wow.
when that attempted pit maneuver occurred, and then now westbound
Justin, thank you so much, man.
So take a
I
look
appreciate
at the
all
suspect
your
who is driving wanted for child endangerment. And we understand the tag comes out of Compton.
That's such a
we
vague
continue
thing,
this
man.
Live here on KCAL 9, LA's
no telling what
latest police pursuit.
A nice
and
tasing,
Susie,
though. That's
really
if it's child endangerment.
Speeds here. We don't have the speedometer, but at one point in time, they were up over 100
Maybe
miles an hour.
A couple of
and
tasings.
now seemingly looks to be just about highway speeds.
And this information just into our newsroom. This is breaking news.
Breaking news.
The West Covina Police Department telling us that the want is actually domestic violence and not child endangerment. So we don't know, again, the situation, what had transpired in West Covina to kick this pursuit off, but we do know that it was something
that's just as
offensive.
bad.
It was something that this person obviously
almost just as bad
is going to be wanted for, and this is what
I'm glad to hear maybe it's not a kid.
Yeah, you know, police officers will tell you some of the most dangerous
involved.
calls that go on are domestic violence. There's obviously a lot of emotion there, and
they gotta take this guy out, man.
Something like
this guy is going to cost the city of Los Angeles like
police pursuit live as that
$80,000 to keep chasing with all the cars they got out here running through gas.
This may be an exit now. This is going to be the 105 westbound. Are they exiting here, possibly at the Pasadena exit back onto surface streets?
Not good either way.
As we take a look live here, that's West Covina Police in pursuit of this suspect. We've just upgraded, if you will, or updated rather, that charge and that want for the driver of domestic violence. We've been mentioning child endangerment.
Good to see everybody, man.
Information that we got was that the driver was wanted for
a lot of changing of the stories.
We understand West Covina Police has told us
typical, man.
that
it's
for
typical.
domestic violence.
Nothing crazy.
We watched two pit maneuver attempts.
They tend to get it wrong several times. It could change another time before they're able to stop this dude.
First of all, they have to be.
Who's that guy flying up beside?
So that
was another vigilante.
The lead officer in this pursuit, right behind this person right now, is not the one making the decisions. They are listening to a supervisor tell them on the radio.
By the way, Ralph, thank you so much. You just being here,
it's too dangerous. And of course,
makes me feel better.
About Jeff, there's so many different factors that go into a pit maneuver. You can't just do it as we're talking about. Not only do you have to have
that 7-Eleven thing was just ridiculous.
But you also have to make sure that the conditions are just right. Make sure no one's around. Make sure no other cars are around.
It's fine, guys. I'll be all right.
Other people's lives in danger. The conditions,
the weather
conditions have to be right.
Winning
and you have to do it in such a way that they can actually, the person who's pitting can get away and another officer can come through and make those arrests. So lots happening. And unfortunately, it didn't happen on that second attempt.
So many moving parts.
Jeanette,
will, when
thank
it
you so
comes
much.
to something
Jeanette,
like this,
the
and all
house
the
mom
training
over
that
there on the
goes into those
Facebook,
great officers,
taking care
the
of
men
things.
and
We
women on the
appreciate
ground
it. If
that
you're
are
ever on
doing this
Facebook,
right at this
do us a
point in
favor,
time,
share this out.
police pursuit
Give it
of
a
this
thumbs
driver
up.
wanted for domestic
We
violence. Let's go
really,
back upstairs to Sky
really.
9 and Desmond Shaw.
Desmond,
Des,
what you
took
got,
a little
bro?
break to get some more information, so go ahead and give us the latest.
Yeah, so we did
clarify
that it has now been clarified to domestic violence and
I'm gonna say he's gonna run out of gas. Get your guesses in, guys. How's this gonna end?
The extent of the injuries to the victim is unknown, but you see the aggression from West Covina, which tells me that it must be awfully serious. They believe they're confident that there's only one person in the car. There are no children in this vehicle. And
Best news I've heard all day.
interesting thing here is that so West Covina says we're not going to relinquish this to anyone else, but they were asking CHP to help them with spike strips, but CHP's policy is we're either all in or we're not in at all. So they're not going to do something where West Covina will be the lead agency, but they're going to sit on the highway and attempt spike strips. So we're not going to see anyone else involved in this, which makes me think that spike strips will not be involved either, because you just have these units from West Covina. It's unclear if they even have any of those in their vehicle, and then they would have to set up somewhere.
Yeah, he's got to run out of gas, right? We've been going at it for an hour now, man. Come on.
Right now, we've seen that the pit maneuver is what they're thinking they want to use if they get the
I
opportunity.
need a hot toddy and a hot massage.
Tried, it didn't work, or otherwise they're going to take this as long as it goes. If that involves the vehicle running out of gas and the suspect surrendering,
you hear him yelling in the
vehicle
news,
and running, however it is,
hilarious.
they're going to be the ones that will be in charge of this pursuit. Northbound on the
710.
No
problem, Bobby. I'm here
on
for
the
you
southbound
guys,
710
man.
earlier in the pursuit, just before we picked this
up. Sorry, my
so
internet was like
back as we head through Southgate,
like the internet
headed
went
towards the 5
out.
freeway.
And just to speak to what you were talking about, Desmond, about the West Covina Police Department not relinquishing the pursuit because the CHP is all around.
Epitome getting out with a Megadeth wife beater on.
They don't have the same communication
make
channels
those back
in
in the
their
day?
radios, and that's
Maybe.
a big hindrance when they're
I like to think
obviously
it was homemade.
working an operation like this, which is so fast and so fluid.
No, they're not going
to.
They're not going to be able to
communication
get
on the
out
same
in front of
page,
this guy with no spike
and
strips.
oftentimes they can't do that
It's
with a
not gonna
different
happen.
radio station in a different jurisdiction. So it's hard
Look,
to do that first of
they
all.
tried the
Also,
pit. The pit didn't work.
They have their own equipment. They have their own protocols. And
it
of
doesn't
course, they
seem
don't wanna
like
mix those.
they're going to try out here.
Of the
They got to wait
agency
for them
where
to
this
get off of
involved,
get on
first,
service streets.
where the call came through, which was West Covina, and they are obviously going to take that prerogative and stay with this police pursuit. And that is something that tells you a little bit about this case.
I didn't get to say, hey, sweetie.
Understand that
good to see you. I'm glad you're here.
Jurisdiction, there are some things that they have to consider. And
I'm feeling better already. Hanging out with
you know
guys.
that there are policies that they follow, Susie.
Obviously,
this policy they've decided to follow is because of the grave nature of this.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
This criminal act by this suspect in domestic violence. As I'm getting some more information here. Once again, this all started in South LA.
Trying to make a little move, but
the want was for domestic violence. Very high and emotional aspects to domestic violence. If you talk to police officers, they say those are some of the
look.
the
I still have some jorts, man. I'm one of those guys that hangs on to everything.
Real in tune with and could be the most dangerous. So it started on the westbound 105, eastbound 105. Then you got northbound 605.
Good to see you, man.
Been a while. Maneuver that failed at the exit with Telegraph there off the 605. Back on the southbound 605.
They're constantly putting the pressure on this guy, which is great. I'm glad to see for once.
Cruisers in pursuit of this driver.
They holding it down with keeping the pressure on the because once again, LA been letting us down big time as far as like
situation of domestic
staying
violence,
on the
and
guy.
That is the want right now. We thought it was child endangerment earlier, but we have corrected that since.
Yeah, I'm free.
Today, whatever the crime was, whatever this person is wanted for, the
free
act actually happened today. We believe that one person is inside this car. No child inside this car, as far as we know. And the CHP at one point was asked by the West Covina Police Department
Jim coming in with some
to possibly help with
important information, registered in content.
Because they often,
how did you get this information, man? I love that you're.
I should say all the time.
Got it. Fever? Not tonight.
Their own protocols.
Not
and,
tonight.
they have their own radio communication lines.
Not tonight.
And so they refused.
Yeah, Desmond Shaw's been, of course, following this here on KCAL9 from the very beginning. He joins us from Sky 9 with the latest, up to about 65, 70 miles per hour. Just continuing northbound on the 710.
Dealing with this
cold. That's right. There may be some traffic that goes to the northbound 5. If you know the northbound 710, you know the ramp to the north 5 is kind of
7-Eleven or Jury Ice.
There you see that stop traffic. There might be some either a crash or some construction on the northbound side of the 5. So the suspect does
That
not
is
want to
awesome,
get involved
Jason.
in that. So
That's
here they're
great
continuing
news.
northbound
Jason's a
710.
hard-working dude
And next we'll have
and
an
a
option
hard-working
for the
Twitcher over
60,
there.
and then
If you're
the
on
10
Twitch,
freeway before the
you need to
710
go check
ends
him out. He's
at
a
Valley
good
Boulevard
dude.
in Alhambra. Now,
Great
West
family.
Covina, as we've been saying, they're going to be with this from
Even
beginning
though
to end, but they
Lambo
are
Red
getting
is
some help
related to
from
him.
another agency. That's LA County Sheriff's deputies, some very important support from above. It's their helicopter right now that is lending that spotlight, and they're actually on their second helicopter right now. They
Jennifer,
switched
that is
out,
not a stupid
got a
question.
fresh tank of gas back at the 105
Jean
605.
shorts
I believe their
or
helicopter
jorts.
came in from
They usually
Pomona.
come right to your
So that just tells
knees.
you, the dedication that they
Look,
will
I still have some.
help
I'm not
other
gonna lie. I'm
agencies
not
when
gonna
it
say
comes to air support.
downplay
Because,
it.
a lot of
We
these
had a
smaller
guy,
cities
Ivan,
don't
who
have
I
their
haven't
own
seen in a
Air
very
Force the
long
way
time
that
around here.
LAPD does, or the way
That
that CHP does. So that's why, a
once
lot
made
of times when
a
you're dealing
joke
with one of
about
these
jorts, and ever
smaller
since then it's
jurisdictions
just
and you have
stuck.
air support, it's going to be LA County Sheriff's deputies. So on the
But that's a good
710,
question.
but it looks like we may
There's
be
no
getting
dumb
off the
questions
freeway
around
here.
here.
And let's see what happens
Just
again
me.
as we get off on some surface streets. This is going to take us to
It's winter
3rd
in New
Street
Zealand.
as we peer behind this
Well,
sound
hopefully
wall
you're
right
having a
here.
good time. Stay safe.
Or is this going to be going to
Oh, we're
the
gonna-
60 freeway? Let's see. There's a long ramp here. Nope, this is going to go actually
Man,
to
where
the
is he
60.
going?
Are they going to go east or west? Looks like they're going to head east. So back into the
Can't-
San Gabriel Valley.
I can't
back
leave
where
you
this
guys,
pursuit
man.
all began. Not back in West Covina yet,
Ready
but
for
we're in
bed.
East
I
LA.
hear you.
And
Well,
we'll see if
Carol,
there's going to loop around. We've been seeing the suspect kind of loop
Carol
around,
getting
double
all
back on different
spastic.
freeways. You saw them make a
Getting
loop
spastic
there
tonight,
in
Carol.
South LA before they decided. So might be headed back to
Be
West
careful,
Covina.
Carol.
Might just be kind of aimless, trying to buy some time. Have to wonder if this person is on the phone with
Mm-hmm.
authorities. Sometimes when you're dealing with
This is
domestic
true.
violence situations, someone's trying to make contact with that suspect. Maybe the victim gave a phone number to the
Cutoffs.
police
See,
to try to
I was never a
negotiate with
cutoffs
this
kind of
person.
guy.
That could be happening right now as well.
Yeah, that could certainly be happening. We know that the police officers know
Men's capris,
that,
yes.
this all started
Beautiful,
in West
beautiful
Covina.
look.
They probably have been in contact with the victim in this domestic violence situation. They
Jules wants to know, is it nipply over there, Carol, at your house?
With a tag with an address in Compton. They have a lot of information. They probably have a lot more information, Susie, as they try to round up this latest pursuit.
I'm drinking plenty.
Live on KCAL 9. It's a police pursuit of a domestic violence suspect behind the wheel of this Scion. There's been at least 2 pit maneuvers, both unsuccessful. You see the damage on the rear part of that vehicle to the bumper there. There should be some more damage on the other side as well, as they had those 2 pit maneuvers just moments ago. We might have a chance to bring that up in an inset box and show you some of the highlights, if you will, of this pursuit. Which
awesome, man. I appreciate everybody being here.
Some reckless driving by the driver in some of the residential areas going into
again cut off shorts. They can be cut off jeans, but they're jean shorts.
At one point in time, but Susie getting back down to highway speeds.
That's right, and unclear right now if this person is armed. I mean, by the motions and
look, I'm not gonna lie. Before I went to school, many a morning, I sit and rolled my jeans. Where you cuffed them and you fold them and you roll them up.
This is actually the second attempted pit
the
maneuver
dumbest
of
thing
the
ever.
evening, and we're talking about someone who's wanted for domestic violence. So, oftentimes, like you said, Jeff, they will actually just say, you know what, let's let the chopper take over and let's let them track this suspect. We have the address, we have the plates.
Is that what you were doing?
We know where they are, we know where they're from. We know where they're possibly going, so they will do that. But in this case, they haven't done that. The West Covina Police Department
Shadow,
has
good to see
not
you made it.
relinquished the pursuit to the CHP tonight. They want this person in their jurisdiction, in their custody.
Well, hello,
we do not know the extent of the
Grotto
injuries
NW.
to that domestic
I
partner.
love your
and the domestic
donut.
violence situation. We have no idea at this point in time the extent of those injuries, how serious they may be.
They keep
But
saying
the fact
that. That seems interesting that they keep bringing up. They don't know the
start and end this
status
tells
of the
you
person
that it might
injured.
have been a very bad situation. Let's go back up to Desmond Shaw and Sky 9 with a look at the very latest. We saw those 5 cruisers behind. They remain there.
Answer it out loud.
As you take a look here, and we continue just to kind of cruise on at those highway speeds.
But I'm gonna be fine.
Yep, that's right. Eastbound here on the 60, you see the.
I'll have to upload some pictures of me in high school
spotlight
at some point.
Right on the
show
vehicle.
you
There
guys
see
the horror
really bright there by
that was the
tactical flight
clothes I
officer.
wore
There's
to
2
school.
people inside the LA County Sheriff's Deputy's helicopter, obviously the pilot, and then the tactical flight officer who controls the spotlight and is also calling out streets if they're talking on a frequency. They're the ones that can relay communications between
Man, I had Jarts.
different agencies as
World's
well,
most dangerous yard game
we were talking,
they ever came out with. I remember my mom giving to me. She's like, "Here you go."
I have to imagine that
I'm out there throwing them.
got a lot of
killing
information
people.
on this suspect from the victim of the domestic violence, and I'm sure one of the things they asked is, do you think this person has a gun? Do you think this person has a knife? Do they keep
over
weapons
300
in
of you
the
here? I
vehicle,
ran a bunch of people
like
off
that?
when we
So
lost internet
perhaps
service, so
with
I
the fact that we've already
apologize.
seen
Glad
some
everybody
attempted pit
that's
maneuvers,
here,
they
is here. If
must
you're
have
new,
come to the conclusion
say
that
hello.
this person is not armed with a gun or a knife. Obviously, they don't know for sure, but they may just be playing the odds on this one. Eastbound about 75 miles an hour coming up to Rosemead, so right near the Whittier Narrows recreation area. Pretty light traffic, no Caltrans work on this section of the 60 tonight. I know there have been a lot of work adding a carpool lane project, but it doesn't look like that is taking place here. We'll see if they get back on the 605. We've already been there once. Trending back, though, towards West
This
Covina.
guy's just
those are wide
covering a
roads,
lot
and
of
that is one
ground.
those situations that we always
A
see.
lot of ground there in
I
this
don't know,
chase.
Maybe he is. Well, he's off to the right-hand part of the highway there. I thought maybe
Don't
he
you
might
remember
take
the
an
old
exit,
commercials?
Susie, but
Excuse
at
me.
this point in time, it's
those
a clear,
Beagle Boy
wide
jeans
open
you're
freeway.
wearing?
Yeah, it is. And you just
Yes.
wonder how much longer this
Well,
person
yes, they
can
are.
actually go for, because as we told you, this all started in the city of West Covina. As they went from West Covina to South LA, to Santa Fe Springs, and back up to the San Gabriel Valley. So we're talking at least 100 miles, at least.
Carol,
so
if
far.
you're not wearing
So,
something,
you
you're
know,
swinging
depending on
every
how
which
much
way.
gas they started with in the tank, obviously, but at some point it's going to happen.
Yeah, and this is one of those vehicles that sips gas. I mean, it's a smaller vehicle, probably a
It's a
four-cylinder.
sipper.
As you're getting a better look here from the middle part of your screen, just above our banner down below, you'll see the damage to the bumper in the right-hand part of the vehicle there. You also, that's probably from the pit
Yeah,
maneuver
they should.
that occurred earlier.
Like I
At least
said
we think there
earlier,
was,
they're going to
we know
really
of
regret
one. We think there might have been
not
two.
stopping him when
As
they
this
had the
driver is going along at
chance.
74 miles per hour. And you know, it's interesting, Susie. We see a lot of times
I mean, he's
in
going
these
pretty fast. He's
situations,
been
the
going
glow of a
fast for
cell
about an
phone,
hour.
we see something like that. I don't know if these are
Still,
darkened windows or not, but we don't
Yes.
see any sort of activity
possibly
from inside.
Grizzly,
No hand
possibly.
waving, nobody putting their arm out the window, no glow of a cell phone. Really,
I
no
remember I had a
driving
pair of
whatsoever.
Beagle Boy
I mean, obviously
jeans
there were a couple of
that had
places
suspenders.
where they're going fast in those
Oh,
residential areas, 100 miles per
what
hour
a
on the
travesty
highway.
that was.
But for the most part, not
I
a
will
whole
let
lot of
Creed
real
know when he gets here
evasive, aggressive maneuvers
that you said he was
by this
awesome.
driver.
He'll love that.
Relatively calm pursuit, which is kind of what you want, going all in the same direction on a highway
I
is
will
much
fight.
better than going
I'll
at
fight to the end
rapid
for you
pace
guys. I'll be
of
here no matter
speed
what.
through a residential area where people are walking and cyclists and
Daddy,
children and
thank
whatnot.
you
And
for
there's a
the information.
summer
I
night as
have
they go to the right
other
of a big
feeds
red
ready
clear
to
on there.
go.
This is going to be
I
the
appreciate
eastbound
it.
60.
I will
We
make
always think he's
sure
going to exit, and he
we
does
probably
not.
will end up
And
over
as we were
there.
talking about, Jeff, no movement inside the car as far as we know. I mean, obviously,
Where's
we
all
have
those sound
we have
effects
a
I
really
had
high
that I
shot from here,
lost?
but you know, inside the
I'm
car, we usually
sad
see
that I don't
some
have
sort
them
of
all.
glowing, maybe talking on a cell phone, texting, or something like that. But you know, it really makes you wonder what's happening with this person right now. Are they being contacted and negotiated with, so to speak? You never know what's happening inside that car and what they're thinking.
See, I'm
What
not a
their
big fan of
mentality is,
that.
what
The
state of mind they're in.
negotiating.
It was
Like, hey,
interesting
man,
because, we were talking
we're
about
back here behind you,
the very,
chasing you.
pit maneuver attempts earlier. As you were
Any
saying,
chance?
Jeff, we know of one, but
Any
possibly
chance that you
two.
might,
But
pull over and
we believe that possibly because they were on the residential streets, and that's when those pit
this is the
maneuver
police.
attempts happened.
Hey,
That
how
they
are you
just go
doing,
right
bud?
back on the freeway, so they
We're just
can't have
wondering.
that happen anymore.
Yeah, and they
Are
kind
you
of know
about
that, don't
done,
they?
or
The policy is that they don't really do
you
a pit
know,
maneuver at highway
I've
speeds. They
got
always
fresh
do their
baked
residential
cookies
areas
back here.
easier to control.
And,
The reason why
your
police
wife
do
said
not
it's okay. You
perform
can come
any
back
pit
home.
maneuvers on the highway is at highway speeds. A
So
pit maneuver
yeah,
is
it's all
very
good.
aggressive. You can send that car.
All right,
It
hit
could be
him.
fatal. You could roll
Hit
that
this
car
dude.
over, could
Roll him.
into other vehicles. I mean, we're talking
And into
highway
officers'
speeds.
cars,
Oh,
too.
absolutely. And
Sure.
highway speeds is a big difference maker when it comes to doing a pit maneuver. You just really can't do that at highway speeds. It's just too dangerous.
Hey,
So,
bud,
Des, I saw a little
it's the
bit of
police
a
again.
deviation here.
I know
We
we
went from
just
the
got off the
eastbound
phone
60
and all,
now.
but
We're on the 605.
some of the guys were wondering. Boxers
That's right,
are pretty.
northbound 605 as we come through South El Monte, and the 10 freeway will be next. So, I mean, we're going right back towards West Covina. Let's see if they're going to be making a turn on the
They're
eastbound
getting
10,
closer.
and then we'll be right on a trajectory from where this
Let's
all
pit
began.
this
We
D-bag.
first heard about it on the westbound side of the 10, just west of the 605.
Anybody put their
so coming
hands
very,
on a
very
woman
close
or a
back to
child
where,
deserves
this was where
whatever's
this began.
coming down the pipe.
And again, it is West Covina PD, so that
I agree, Monkey.
tells us that this happened inside their jurisdiction, and just wondering if they're headed back to the scene here, if there's been any kind of negotiation with the suspect.
Heading back to the scene of the crime?
Law enforcement and the suspect and the victim, something. Just you have to wonder if that's what's going on behind the scenes.
Negotiating,
and,
like,
yeah, really low speeds on this one.
hey,
it's,
bud,
it's you just never know how these pursuits are going to go.
cops.
Sometimes they're just outrageously dangerous, and other times you have a
said,
pursuit like this where
if you're
that motorist
in
that's
the
right there on the right,
minutes,
you might not even have any idea that a pursuit's going
she'll
on. You
never
might just
ring it
think
up
that
again.
this officer is trying to light them up because
Come on
of a
home,
traffic
bud.
violation and
It's
pull
all
them
good.
over and give them a ticket. Until you see
like
that there
donuts?
is a spotlight overhead and then 5 or 6 other units behind him,
This
and then
guy
that's
is not
probably going to
gonna-
clue you in that
I
something
really
much
don't
more
think-
serious is afoot
I
here.
really don't think he's
Northbound
gonna
on the 605, the distance between the 60 and the 10 is only a
This
couple
is the same
of
guy that
miles.
was either
So we will be
throwing things
crossing that
out
shortly. There
the
was
window a
Valley
while ago,
Boulevard right there,
or
which would have
flipping
gone
off the
towards
cops.
the City of Industry.
So I don't
or
see
the greater
how.
El Monte area. And if they pass up the 10, they'll
I
be
don't know, I
headed
just don't
towards
think so.
the 605 in those right lanes. Eastbound 10 would take them right back to West Covina.
Yeah, and that makes
He's
a lot
going
of sense.
home,
A lot of
guys.
times, as soon as we see these suspects go right back to familiar territory, a lot of times, sometimes they just go back home, and we've seen that before. So maybe that's what this driver is doing. It's
Our good friend from
rather calm
Australia,
pursuit. Maybe
Pierre
that
here,
driver
is
is
asking
communicating
you
with somebody
kindly to please
inside
like the
vehicle.
video.
As this is going to be an
I
exit
mean,
here for sure.
You can like it, you can lick it,
what's
you can
this
thumb it,
exit desk?
whatever it takes. Just feel free to
This
do
is
it.
going to take us, it looks like, to the eastbound 10. Taking it to the, here we go, eastbound 10. So headed towards
Hey,
West
bud,
Covina. My
it's the
assignment is
cops
telling me
again.
that if they
We're
were
gonna try and pitch you.
westbound on the 10,
I know we
suspect
tried
may run
earlier
into
and it
some
didn't work
serious
out
traffic
too
because
good,
there was a
but
bad crash over
I
that
feel
way.
like
So
maybe
instead,
we could just
eastbound
if you
on
slow
the
down
10.
enough.
And now we're really
We'll get it
wondering
right this time. Thanks,
if
man.
this is hopefully going to come to an end soon, if the suspect is just going back towards West Covina to surrender. Certainly our hope. We'll see how it plays out, but we're coming into Baldwin Park, and then we'll be in West Covina next.
Yeah, and as we know on the freeway, police officers
He's on
are
a
very
freeway
limited with stopping
of love
mechanisms
and a
compared to
toaster.
residential streets or surface streets, certainly because of the highway speeds. But so far, all we've seen is are two attempted pit maneuvers. We saw one. We believe there was another one at some point earlier on in the pursuit before we got over.
Bud.
We got over in
It's
South
us,
LA. This started in West Covina, and
look, she said
it
if
was
you
just
come
on the
home,
westbound 10 freeway.
you can
And it looks
play
like that's where
all
we
the
are
video
right
games
again,
you want
once
and stay with
again,
as late as you
where
want.
we started.
Playing
This
games with your
pursuit
friends.
took us all over Southern California. We
Think
went
about
to the westbound 105,
Yeah.
605 north, 710 northbound, 60 freeway, 605 north, 10 east now.
Jennifer,
And,
I feel
we're
like
hoping that this
chicken
person
tonight.
is
Like
perhaps
chicken tonight.
returning
I feel
to
terrible,
where the crime
but I've taken
happened so
tons
that
of
they can be arrested.
nighttime cold medicine.
Yeah, don't forget the eastbound 105.
2
This
shots,
whole pursuit has
double
been
shot.
on the highway,
Sure.
and I think
So I'm
that's for
feeling
the reason of the driver to keep the officers from attempting
Yeah.
that pit. I mean, you can't say
All
for
good.
sure, but we think that those
Was that a
pit
McDonald's we
occurred,
just passed?
obviously on the residential streets. Most of these police
I'm pretty
officers
sure
have
it
the
was.
policy they must follow to have that pit maneuver at slower
Ladies and
speeds. That is
gentlemen,
not
I'd
allowed
like to
then on
let you
highway
all know we just
situations,
passed
and so
over
maybe
on
the
the
driver was
right-hand
thinking,
side.
if I stay on the
That
highway,
was a
they're not going to pit
McDonald's.
me, and I'm not going to.
They can't do much, right?
They can't do much. They're not going to stop me until I get home. So we really do truly echo what Des
He
said
maybe
earlier.
okay.
We hope that this
This might
suspect
sound
is
crazy.
going back home. We know he's wanted for domestic
Maybe
violence.
he's in that
in
mindset
West
of
Covina.
I've got to
This
get the
all
car
started
home.
there, and West Covina
That way,
took that
it doesn't get
call
towed.
for that
I like what
domestic
Shadow's
violence,
thinking.
in West Covina. And
I
they've
like
been
that.
pursuing the
That's
suspect ever
maybe
since,
that's
going
it.
on almost probably more than an hour. It's been on our air for probably close to 50 minutes now, and they've been doing that
I'm delirious.
for longer.
I
so
apologize.
we certainly do.
Maybe I had premonitions of the
goes
McDonald's.
back to
maybe
the neighborhood,
I don't know.
goes back to that place.
In and
We've
out.
seen that so many times before. We just hope that driver will pull over, put it in park, drop the keys, get out.
I'm sorry.
And give up.
I blew it.
That's right. But who knows? We don't know the circumstances of what happened in West Covina, which started this entire thing. We don't know the circumstances of the domestic violence.
If I keep
incident,
taking everything,
apparently
I think I should have a great immune
according to the West
system.
Covina Police Department. There is, as far as we know, one person in this car.
Oh, I'm like
about,
I haven't
stopping mechanisms.
drank
And
in
the CHP
a
earlier was
billion
asked by
years.
the West
So
Covina Police Department
this
to possibly
NyQuil
help with
stuff's
spike
treating me pretty
strips. I
good
don't know
right
if that
now.
was actually on the freeway or maybe on a surface street if he exited or not. But we do know
Oh
that
yeah,
they
we're a
said
bunch of
no because of the fact that they
insomniacs.
want the entire pursuit if they're going to take over.
We're going to lose Des here for just a few minutes before we head over to CBS 2 at 11 o'clock with Pat Harvey, as she'll take up the call here at the top of the hour. So we're just going to go ahead and update you here until we get to that point. This is the pursuit, LA's latest pursuit.
Sweet Tea with 3
pursuit this entire time
big uns
of a suspect wanted for domestic violence out of West Covina. They started in that area, then got on the westbound of 105, eastbound 105. And that's when the chopper then for the LA County Sheriff's Department got overhead. We saw the northbound 605 as well. Then they exited there at
She's like, where's your ass at? So picking up diapers.
Attempted pit maneuver, which we had here live on KCAL 9.
Hey,
then back
I drank
onto the
tons
605.
of orange juice today,
5
so I'm on
West Covina police cruisers in tow here. Then it was on the westbound 105, the northbound 710. And
that's
I'm
about all it's
losing my
worth.
breath, Susie,
$3. I felt bad for everybody that did this earlier.
605, and now
grossly overpaid.
Eastbound 10, trying to get back. It looks like to the West Covina area.
You're here.
They must have had a lot of gas in that tank. You know,
sure seems like it.
You know, they haven't run out of gas yet, so we know it was actually more than 100 miles.
If he drives back to his house,
and they have yet to run out of gas, and it looks like they're going full steam ahead, not slowing down.
I would be surprised, but at the same time, a little relieved that nobody got hurt.
Almost an hour now. And the West Covina Police Department has not given up on this pursuit.
By the way, Bobby Earl, Mr. Bobby Earl has just gifted
incident that happened
some free
earlier today.
memberships to this amazing channel.
We don't know what
so if you're over on
it was something heinous.
Credence and Bishop YouTube,
that's very
you
interesting.
can click that little green box at the top of the chat and let
a highway
YouTube basically know you want to be in the running to get one.
West Covina said they want to take this all the way from beginning to end. It looks like they're going to do that. And you got to give them credit. They've done a good job. They had that attempted pit maneuver that didn't quite work out.
And here's your
but they have been on the job
hallelujah.
The whole time. 5 cruisers following.
Hallelujah.
We should mention.
Look, I had a hallelujah. I had so many sound effects all banked and ready to go. And because I'm not used to this new board, I deleted them all.
We do not know
by
the extent of
accident. So I
injuries
got to redo
to
them
the
all.
victim. As we're going to slow down
we're getting
here.
very
this
close.
Is definitely getting off of the road, off of the highway, Susie, and that driver is slowing down quite a bit. This could be another opportunity for a pit
an attempt
if
on
they're
a
communicating with him, and he wants to go home. It's another one.
Oh, there we go. There you go.
Over the median.
Wow.
Oh, he's not done.
Lost control. He's going to high center, and he just hit that telephone pole.
Wow.
So this is going to be
up against it.
Just another minute here, but this may just be over.
I hope so.
West Covina.
This was the third pit maneuver attempt, or that was actually successful, but
that was a very successful one. But he's not done. You got to pit him again. Hit him again.
As we believe, getting a little.
Goddamn bridge! Beautiful bridge, by the way. Oh, thank God they waited. He's coming in hot. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going too slow to pit him.
You said 11:01:15, so I was waiting for that. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're back on here.
You got to go a little faster so we can pitch you.
Pat Harvey is standing by. Pat, take the call.
He's on the 20, the 10.
All right, we're going to continue here on KCAL 9. This is continuing breaking news here on KCAL 9 of a police pursuit that looks like is finally coming to an end after an hour of chasing by the West Covina Police Department. This person wanted for
why are we not blocking him
this is the first time that
what are we doing here, man?
Succeeded, and we saw that last one attempt. Boy, they were so close to that car, and it worked.
Box them in.
Yeah, let's pick it up where CBS 2 has it at 11 o'clock. Pat Harvey is standing by with the rest of the story.
I mean, we're 3 inches off his bumper in the back. Pull a car in front. Just do it. No, he didn't run out of gas. He took a couple of pits, and I think he kind of is just at the point now. He's like, okay,
Pat. I actually heard you say that just happened, and indeed it did.
Like, get off my. Are you freaking kidding me? You son of a you bastard ass. You, so your family can use less. You. No, that's not even cute. Not even cute. Not even cute. You bastard. You bastard. You son of a bitch. He's taking off again. He's taking off again. Get ready, guys. He's taking off. They blew it. They freaking blew it.
Pitted a couple of times.
He just
back
pulled
end
off.
damage,
That's
but
all
it's still
we've missed.
drivable.
Nothing.
You could see it. You could see the damage to the front left side. There's the other officers that were right there, as we said. And now this is on surface streets here. But they are heading away from the 10 freeway.
Here we go.
We're going to try it again. Pit him again.
Go ahead and hit him
Block
hard.
him in. If it is, we don't
Hit
even
him
know, again, the
hard.
gender. We saw very quickly the window roll down on the
Show
driver's
no
side
mercy.
here. A narrow stretch here of Workman Street, which is to the north of the 10 freeway here. That officer is closing in and going to try to nudge the back end and conduct.
He's going to get his turn.
Pursuit intervention technique, spinning this driver out here and finally bringing this to an end.
Get his
You
turn.
can see,
Here it
though,
comes.
not a lot of vehicular traffic, thankfully. There's one vehicle there. But if they look up ahead and they're not seeing much, then they're going to try. They're going to take that effort again and try to bring this to an end without harming any individuals that are just innocent bystanders.
We are just hearing that the domestic violence incident that the suspect is wanted for occurred at some point today. We don't know when, but again, this pursuit was
I said pull in front of him.
As of
That's all we had to do.
So shortly
Pull in
before
front
10
of
o'clock
him.
this evening.
No,
and here we are beyond the 11 o'clock hour.
Hell no. It's 11 o'clock. We got to get the news, something good on the news.
Side.
Come on.
And what that means, what that important information you just relayed, Marla, is that we don't know what time it occurred. It could have happened at noon. They knew what happened. They were trailing this individual.
Wait till somebody gets hurt.
Lit them up, found that individual, and the
take them out.
on. But now we're just watching. This is still on Workman Avenue. Here we go. This is where the pit maneuver is going to happen again. Nudging. Very close call. That officer.
Fourth attempt.
The speeds here, though, Rick.
Yeah, and now we have red lights. And
now we're going to hit an innocent person.
The police unit and the suspect there, meaning that they hit a dip and they're going 50, 55, 60 miles an hour.
Nah, I don't think so. Not as close as they were behind them. No damn way, man.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the sparks. Yeah, and that's the side that the vehicle made contact with that pole. So likely it was damaged there. You can see the back
probably doing a little rubbing in
the
the
pit
front.
maneuvers that were conducted. Yeah, that rim sparking up the road there.
Spark it up, dude.
But at this point, the officers have to be very careful. They have to look ahead. People are out walking their dogs at this time. They're out and about. There's other vehicles. If they spin this car into somebody else and hurt them, they don't
just
want
let
that.
you know you've got some tire damage in the front.
Right tire clearly
you might want to pull over or
compromised big time. It has been disabled.
More damage.
And that's going to have an impact on the speed if this vehicle can still make its way up Workman Avenue.
The police are being very polite at this point.
Like that in that condition. But then you got to wonder about the nature of the suspect, the mood of that person who was willing to face.
Now we're tearing the car all to hell. There's no need to take this car home.
After being hit by a pit maneuver a couple times, and to continue
it needs to go to the dump.
The state of mind here.
Drop it off at the landfill.
The speeds are down a bit, and that's going to help. And we'll see again if the officers are going to take
hit a
this
car on the
chance
side of the
to try
road.
to spin this
A
vehicle
lot of cars parked on the side of the road.
them in and finally bring this to an end without hurting anybody else, because you could.
All right, now, quick.
Another pit.
Number 5.
From that right tire.
Pit maneuver attempt.
Right tire
Number 5.
Being disabled, likely when it made impact.
Unbelievable.
They're trying to do the pit maneuver on the back left side there again, just nudging that vehicle enough to spin them out. But you're going to see there's a chance that car could get spun out to all those parked vehicles on Workman Avenue.
Yeah, everybody's if your car is parked out there,
keeping a watch on the speed.
Make sure your insurance is up to date, because
35 miles per hour.
It's a good chance. Oh, she's really digging it now.
Maneuver.
Oh,
so we've seen
now
really digging
it out because of that.
Now they're going to
is he close to home?
He's bumping him. This unit is bumping up. There's a lot of parked cars there. Spinning
Don't hit the car.
Boom.
Son of a bitch.
Right there.
All right, now we've got him boxed in. Now we need to get it.
Dangerous. This suspect has led these officers on a very dangerous pursuit. We don't know what the mindset of this suspect, what they are willing to do to get away. And if they do have a weapon, we don't know that at this time. What type of domestic violence occurred? At this time, it does look like that vehicle is not going to be able to go anywhere. That's what we said last time. But they're boxed in. That
anything for you, Brandon. That's the only reason I got on. So Brandy's going to need to see this.
And now we're in a situation. And again, like we said last time, Marla and Christine, this could last for hours. We've seen it happen in the past. suspect doesn't give up.
Start busting out windows,
if
bud.
You're in this area, you're hearing noises, you're hearing police, you're seeing the sirens. Stay indoors. There's always that temptation to want to come out and use your cell phone and roll on some video. Safety
like the people over there.
Again, we don't know the nature and the mindset
they were waiting. They were watching it on TV. They're like,
into a pursuit that ended like this. With
Moment
officers
of
taking cover there for their own safety.
Oh, got the dog out
there too. So they
got the dog out. Somebody's gonna get bit.
Some agencies are like, we're not having any of this. This suspect is going to go down right now, and they'll send that canine unit in. Which, by the way, those are officers. Those dogs are highly trained. They know what to do. We've seen dogs die in the line of duty doing,
don't say
doing
that.
this type of work. But they will send that canine unit in and
say,
hey,
that's terrible.
we're not giving up. We're going to send in this dog right now. And this dog is not going to feel good on you.
Or they do the tear gas through the window to kind of smoke the driver out.
And
how about we do this? We just go and put our ass cheeks against the window. Press ham. Nobody likes that. They don't infuriate them and get out.
The suspect is exhausted too, is stressed, is dealing with all kinds of emotional issues, and the officers are revved up. So this is where things really come into play. You can see the one officer running there, and again, you always like to watch the body language of those officers to determine what's going on. Do they know that this suspect now may have a weapon or not? Clearly, they're not giving up. These officers are giving strict instructions on what to do, and that suspect is not following them.
Well, we are getting an exact location where this has come to an end.
Obviously, they don't think the guy's got a weapon. As close as they are to him right now,
in West Covina.
There's no way they think he has a weapon.
Is also where it is coming to an end. The pursuit portion is over. It's
give us
now
a like,
just about
guys.
apprehending, getting
I'm
the domestic violence suspect into official custody.
Make sure you like this video.
You wonder, of course, is the suspect hurt? From the numerous
I couldn't agree more.
Crashes involving West Covina police, the spin outs.
Oh, he's trying to go. He's trying to go.
There's sparks that are.
He's trying to drive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that. And that's what we're seeing the smoke there. Trying to get out of there. Wow.
He's got to put it in reverse first.
4th of July again. This is
extremely
and the desperation of a suspect is right. Seeing that they and again, anything that they do, those suspects with that vehicle that endangers officers is an act of violence. That is a weapon. That vehicle is. And every single vehicle infraction, we saw the red lights being run.
They need to just step up and bust out the window, man.
This vehicle was moving at very high rates of speed. These officers can make a list of all of those infractions and write he or she
swing around
on those infractions. How scary it must be for the residents. Again, if you ever have anything like this, if you live in this area,
he's still just pushing down on that gas.
Doors and windows locked.
It's a smoke screen, you think. He's going to try and
whatever they can to get away. But that wheel is turning. The smoke is rolling. That vehicle is getting smoked up. And this is a hazard not only to the suspect in that vehicle, but also to the officers.
And also the environment. I mean, should we talk about that?
Vehicle that obviously belonged to somebody on this street. And the people who perhaps
we start busting out windows and
just trying to have a night on this Tuesday night, and this ends outside their front door. This is definitely a hazard, and it's continuing with the pedal to the metal, literally.
You know,
one foot on the brake and one on the gas.
On drugs, the way they were driving, able to navigate so many freeways for so long. But this behavior.
Look at this. I mean, that is something. You don't see that every day.
Having a very bad day. We talked about that.
Smoke them if you got them, right, Creed?
Earlier, that's the root of this whole pursuit here. But what is this driver doing? And then you have to wonder about this car catching on fire.
Well, they got away. They got away once. We thought it was, we thought it had ended.
But
and
now
the car was disabled, and they still feel that they're going to get away.
If he gets away now, we need to fire every single person out there.
And with that, they still have that mindset where they feel they might be able to get away. Fire has definitely been called out because this is a hazard, not only to the vehicle and to the driver.
Great, we're going to burn down California.
Suspect, but also to the officers. Officers are circling around the area. They're setting up a perimeter. They're making sure if that driver
maybe a little bit of all of them, because I mean,
that those officers are going to be in such an area, in such a situation with that line, just like we call a perimeter with a wildfire, to bring that suspect into custody. Canine unit is there. Fire is going to be called out. They want to keep those officers safe.
Let's not wait for them to get there.
Out there, but they want this driver just to give up. And at some point, I'm hopeful that something just was thrown out the window there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Something was just thrown out the window, and the window on that driver's side definitely came down.
Still betting on the driver, maybe.
Large, it was thrown out. What that was, we don't know at this time. But clearly, okay, here we go. We're seeing some more movement there from that suspect. And we still don't have confirmation.
I'm getting word from upstairs. He threw out the faceplate for his Alpine stereo.
Another person in there. Somebody
wanted
innocent,
to get ripped
or
off.
Perhaps an accomplice. We don't know, because we don't know how the pursuit was initiated, when it started. All we know is that alleged domestic violence occurred at some point today, and the pursuit started tonight. And we've been covering this pursuit now,
maniac.
going
He's
on
littering.
A full hour. Now it's
he's just racking up the infractions.
So the vehicular, the high-speed pursuit end of it has ended here in this residential area, and now it's a cat and mouse waiting game for that suspect to give up.
Well, the driver clearly not going anywhere.
Seems to make sense, right?
Perhaps trying to cause as much havoc as they can, or stay out of jail for any remaining moments that they can. But you do have to wonder what's going on inside that vehicle. Is that driver in communication with anybody? Is there substances that are illegal inside the vehicle? What's happening with that driver?
I was kind of on your side, but
are they just waiting to be arrested and waiting to stretch out as long as they can?
Exactly. But you got to think the driver, what kind of day you said, Christine, the driver, the suspect had, and where they're at in terms of
just come on
needing
out,
to use
man.
the restroom, wanting a meal, doing something, knowing now, hopefully,
wanting a meal. I like the way this guy thinks.
To make a run for it, but you
this guy's hangry. That's the whole point.
That driver's side door. Units are right behind there. There has to be units, and again, we're not wide enough to see it, but there has to be units.
Maybe Creed's laying in bed watching this right now.
The canine unit is there
last night,
and they're going to do whatever they can to set up that line, that perimeter around this vehicle. Now that it's in a standoff situation, to bring that suspect into custody. Again, as wild as this pursuit was, we didn't see anything significant in terms of any other vehicles being impacted, with the exception of that parked car and that pole down the street.
That poor
so we're hoping that nobody was injured from this pursuit. We don't know what happened earlier, and we don't know what happened to the individual who was allegedly assaulted.
Or individuals.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Wow, way to downplay that this guy isn't a complete
a child may have been
nut job.
We don't know any of that. We will get more information on that in the coming hours and have an update tomorrow morning. And this could go on until tomorrow morning. It almost is morning.
True. Now that we're at 11:15.
So at
what point, Rick, does that canine be put to work?
It's all about the lead
officer. Gotta get up there and bust out the windows first.
All of this like an orchestra, finding out all the intel, making sure that there's nobody innocent inside that vehicle, and now trying to do whatever they can to coax that individual out on their own and bring them into custody. If all of that doesn't happen, it depends. It depends
on the high performance machine there.
They know about the suspect. We see a Bearcat come in an hour plus after a standoff situation like this. We see crisis negotiators come in. So every pursuit has seen different
smoking weed every day,
and that's why this standoff could last for hours, or the driver may the suspect may finally.
I say just start shooting the pepper balls, man. Fill her up.
Right.
We've done destroyed the car.
Bearcat situations where they come in and block the vehicle from both sides, but the car is already blocked. So we've also seen an officer come and just break the window with their baton and kind of get the driver out that way. We've also seen them shoot the tear gas into the vehicle and kind of smokes the driver out. But you're right. This could be a long night of waiting this out.
I'll be damned.
And a long night for these residents.
I'll call. We've got to have some family around there, right? We just need somebody to go and get this guy out of the car right now. Pull him out.
Pit maneuver that was conducted, that was successful, that finally spun the car out with a very damaged front right wheel, a disabled front right wheel.
In there.
So with all that, the pursuit, the vehicular portion of the pursuit has come to an end, and now we are in a standoff situation here.
Creed's
favorite. For those of you who have been watching with us this evening, let's just do a quick recap here as
I'm going to change
the time. It's 11:17. You're watching an extended version of Fox 11 News at 10 o'clock.
Just give me a second. We're going to jump. We're going to jump. Might as well jump. Jump. The pursuit is on. All right, see how close we are? I mean, why not go ahead and just do something? Let his mom show up with a switch. Not the video game, but, you know, a stick out of the tree. Go pick a switch right now. Standoff mode. Mikey, are you there? I'm here, Satan. What's going on? Yeah, I just want to let you know this guy, he's not one of mine. This guy's a real wuss. Well, thank you, Satan. I'll make sure that I'll let everybody in here know that you have nothing to do with this guy. Satan, everybody. Yeah, he'll still be here tomorrow when we go live. Dr. Harry Balls, good to see you. You need to start busting the windows, man. I'm telling you. Stop popping them in there. It's just going. That's right, Wendy. Go get that. If he gets popped real quick, they'll get some time off his sentence. Yes, that's what he's thinking. I'm out of here. By the way, Lorna Peterson having a bad day over on Facebook. If you see Lorna Peterson, tell her we said, hey. By the way, doctor, they're saying now domestic violence. Charges have been changed, I'm guessing. You think he's on the phone with his insurance company, letting them know, hey, there might be a couple of claims coming in tomorrow? Gotta do something, man. Go ahead and... Yeah, these people people in these houses got work tomorrow, y'all. They need to get some sleep. Oh. I hate to be the owner of that house, man. They just driving all on this grass like it's cool. I hope not. I'm pretty sure he's talking to pepper balling them. That's what I figured. Don't say that. Yeah, it's like give up or the other option, which isn't as good. He's downloading the app. I got to take care of some business before I get his car. They're driving on this guy's lawn. Smoking. He's trying to figure out if it's a picture of a bridge in the distance of the, make sure he's not a robot. Yeah, listen to Mary Utah, Johnny Utah's sister. When does this coverage start on this insurance? Like right now? Okay, good. Very good. Fill that car full of some propane. Some of the sickest vape clouds you ever see, right? Brandon, doesn't that make sense? Open the doors. Bust the windows. Yeah, I think it's like pepper, like the paintball. Maybe. Soft as baby shit, maybe. I don't know. Rob something, how are you? I wish if you'd like to come on, I'll send him a link. You can come on here with us and tell him what a piece of. Yes, he would. Welcome to Burton's. Either he's impervious or these are some of the thickest glass on these windows. It's keeping all the pepper ball stuff out. Look at all these people over here hunkered down beside the truck there. A pursuita. Rick. Gina's in the car. They're all having a good time. Mario, it's me. Oh, here comes SWAT. Just got serious. One Nation. Raider Nation. I'm delivering food, and I want to see if it was anybody I knew. I like that this guy that delivers food is talking like he's the police commissioner. I want to see some of these people she's talking to. Raiders. That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too. You have? How dare you bring his name up? Is he selling it? Just put a for sale sign on it. Well, quit your bragging, bud. Let's see it. That's probably true. You're probably being very honest with that. Good night, John Boy. Oh, there's a dog on the scene. What time's the food trucks getting there and setting up the lemonade stand on the side of the road? Let's get this dude. What are we waiting for? Yeah, wow. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Oh, here comes the SWAT team. They're going to move that car. Got to start moving some cars. Look, anytime there's an ambulance or a cop car comes rolling in here with the lights on, everybody's outside. Thank you, Brandy. Appreciate it. Poor people, they got work tomorrow, keeping them all up. This has been a good week for nighttime chases. Oh no, they're gonna drive on this guy's lawn too. Oh no. Some people are wanted and they don't want to be on camera. There you go. Get up there. Good evening. Good to see you. He's like, don't get my face. I got warrants. We're still trying to get this dude out of the car, Mayor. Still trying to get him out. I'm hoping I'll rest sometime soon. That's a good question. Who pays for the ruts that is going to be in this guy's lawn? We got to do an 1,800 point turn to get this thing how we need it. Just digging into this guy's lawn. Please watch the flowers. I just planted them. Ooh, it's a little bit of both. He's got the this isn't gonna. This guy's an idiot. No, they ain't. It's going to just keep piling on. He lives there now. He's going to start getting his mail here. No, really? They mean business, baby. They're gonna come out here and they're gonna serve them a handful of ass whooping. American Dream Dusty Road with you every day. Bam, fast acting and acting.
He refuses, then they're going to have to take it to the next level, which will be, going in with gas to try to get him out, possibly with the dog. Hard to say. With the dog, it's always tricky. If the person has a weapon, the dog could get injured, so that may not be an option. But the SWAT team has done this many times and knows exactly what to do to flush a person out of a vehicle like this.
Yeah, they're strategizing now. You saw a K9 unit there moving in behind the SWAT team vehicle, and so they are getting into position to execute whatever it is they have in mind here to try and get the suspect out.
Mobile command center
we don't
right
know. Was he taunting officers, waving out the window just a moment ago? We don't know. What we don't know his state of mind. Obviously, he's not thinking clearly. This situation,
well, nobody's going to cover it
because
everybody's over
sooner
this
rather
right
than
now.
later. It's a question of the tactics used by West Covina PD to get this suspect out. He had stopped at one point along the way in this pursuit in the city of West Covina moments before it came to an end here, where he had the window down and was communicating with officers. They were out of their patrol cars in the middle of the street.
Was he really
waiting to get this guy to come out of the car?
Was he really
rolls
doing
the window
that?
down, says something to them, and takes off. So obviously defiant to the very end here, a stubborn defiance as we're moving past
Shelley, doing the Lord's
now,
work.
The suspect approaching 2 hours on the run from authorities.
Mike and Jerry, I could tell you something that's going on nearby.
Hallelujah.
My pilot, David Viskovich, just pointed out, it looks like another pursuit unrelated to this one breaking out nearby. It's south of us on a major street going eastbound. There's an airship over it and about 8 units behind that one. So we're trying to figure out or find out what exactly is going on.
All right. Do they leave this or do they to go to the other chase
right now to do that?
Thank you for the 10 bones.
So here we are.
I've been
waiting for this one to come to an end. With the 6 patrol cars from West Covina,
send something in there
on this car, and now with SWAT on scene as well. So we've got a neighborhood that is probably, most likely on edge. That this is
they're
what's
on edge
happening on their street, and you can see the neighbors.
They want to go to bed. They're like Vinny. They got work tomorrow.
The crime tape there. Trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, it's probably best to stay inside and just watch what's going on on your TV than to be out here. Even
I'll keep an eye on their feed
from the action. It's still, a very tense situation here with a violent suspect, and it's unknown if that suspect is armed inside. You never know what he could have. Is the window down now? It looks like it may have come down.
It has come down a little bit more. Yeah,
that's way down.
Yep, it's come down a little bit more. It's about halfway down now, which is a big development here.
We've done pretty badly tonight on covering this. There should have been like 1,000 people.
We saw him waving his fingers through a window that was just a crack, down just a crack, and now it looks to be, but we're going to keep our distance, obviously, in a situation like this with the camera.
If you want to be a mod, you're a new subscriber. I mean,
situation in terms
those
of
two words kind of don't go together, but if I see you around here enough,
better to err on the side of caution
and
keep a wider shot here, particularly with SWAT teams apparently preparing to move in the window now. Back up.
Well, he said what he needed to.
A matter of minutes here that we stand by to wait for SWAT to make their move. But they mean business, obviously, and he knows it because this is.
There's a hoop right out there too. We could be balling right now.
2 hours ago, for almost 2 hours, trying to put him to a stop and get him into custody for the crimes that he allegedly committed here.
Allegedly.
About 2
He's a good
hours
guy.
ago when he decided to get in his car and make a run for it.
Hey,
SWAT there. We also have the K-9 unit.
Hey, this is the police. We've got a basketball over here. If you'd like to,
quiet,
just get out and talk about this, shoot a couple of hoops, maybe play
and,
horse.
A whole lot of
just putting that out there. Doesn't have to get this bad.
The cops over a blowhorn trying to tell him to get out of the car, and that's probably the easiest thing that can happen to him is he just opened the door and
maybe Fox is going. I don't know.
But that has not been
I'm
the
keeping
case
an
for
eye.
a half an hour since this came to a stop.
He's rolled the window.
I don't think
again,
he is
just a bit, and
I really don't
believe that he may be communicating with officers. And obviously they're trying to communicate.
Oh, I've heard that before. The same thing my dad said.
Up and down.
We walked out the door and never came
and
back.
The suspect remains inside the car, and it's really now it's back down again. They had fired what appeared to be pepper balls, Gil, several minutes ago. Obviously, it didn't work, so they backed out.
They
and
didn't
now they're
take.
Try something else.
Quite possibly. It looks like SWAT's still setting up for whatever they're going to try to do. You see the officers behind that utility vehicle. Several of them, some of them have backed away. It looked like they were communicating with the driver there for a bit when he had the window down. It looked like he was coughing. Maybe he had his head hunched over, coughing. It looked like possibly maybe some of that pepper ball rounds got into the cab of that truck, and he's just bringing the window down to communicate with them and to kind of air it out, and then he goes back up until he can't take it anymore. But,
so the chase the other chase
will soon come if he doesn't get out and surrender. But
they're shooting it from a distance, like a long way away. They're shooting this other chase.
Being very stubborn and refusing to come out.
Yeah, this is the video from at about 11:06 when he came to a crashing end here after a pit maneuver, and then decided to put his...
All right, I'm going to show you guys something. So hold on. I'll show you this other chase. So this is going on outside the window.
Only in LA, only in Southern California could we think that sort of thing would happen. Literally covering one pursuit and barricade and another pursuit goes right by. Maybe we should go and cover that, because I'll tell you, it looks pretty dangerous. The speeds are pretty high.
This is what they're shooting from a distance.
I mean, he's moving pretty fast.
This is the other chase that's going on right now.
Good clip, and every time that CHP unit pulls up right behind him, he steps on it. You can see it right here happening once again.
And he is hauling
ass.
Avenue. This guy is not playing around.
Coming
this is another chase that's going on
trying to get some
right
information
now
on how this one started, but this one, instead of a wild right turn there, and it looks like a passenger in the passenger seat. So
for sure,
we'll give this a shot. We're actually running a little low on fuel ourselves, so we'll take this as far as we can and also keep an eye on that other situation. But in the meantime, this driver is doing 75 miles per hour northbound on Azusa Avenue at Roland Avenue. The driving, very erratic here, very animated as the driver is all over the road. Hands out, or one hand was out the window there for a second. And this is very dangerous. Looks like several people in the back seat. Another wild right, wild left rather, and almost into a traffic signal. Somebody trying to get out. Somebody's trying to get out of the back seat of that vehicle. The driving here is disastrous. This could be a catastrophic crash if this person makes one wrong move. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot of traffic, but she is going the wrong way. She's going the wrong way on Azusa Avenue at a very high clip here. CHP has a wild pursuit driver on their hands. Now turning onto Badillo Street.
This is a car full of people, man.
Coming towards us.
They're
you see right, just right out our window here. A very, very dangerous pursuit underway.
Wow. And we don't know what he's wanted for. We're going to try to find out. Here he goes in a parking lot. But you called it. He's been moving really fast. Look at him zipping through this parking lot. And I don't care what time of night it is, that is a danger to anybody who might happen to be out for any reason, whether they're driving or walking. you know, in Southern California, the streets are never deserted. And so there is a real danger to people in this area. Was this a shopping center we're looking at here? What is this?
It's a shopping center. I think it might be a Home Depot parking lot. This is a stolen vehicle.
Oh, everybody's belling out. Oh, my God.
3 people have just exited the back seat. 3 people coming out of the back seat. I believe there's still a passenger in the passenger seat. And look at this. I think it's a she. I'm not sure.
My God.
But I think it's a female behind the wheel. She
is
driving
bad,
it like she's stolen. That's
crazy
for sure.
As hell.
And again, this apparently started in the city of Industry.
Hey, it's been Wild Woman Wednesday here all day. I mean, not all day, but last.
It's a male behind the ponytail. That's why I said that. But yeah, no, it's a man behind the wheel, and yeah, he is driving, just driving crazily through the streets here of the San Gabriel Valley. Again, back on the northbound side of Azusa Avenue, and that might have actually been.
I swear it looked like 4 people,
or maybe a combination of. Was it sheriff? It is sheriff. I thought it was CHP, Mark. It's actually LA County Sheriff in pursuit here, and now traveling westbound on Cypress.
Westbound on Cypress. This is our second pursuit of the evening since we came on the air at 11 o'clock. The first pursuit ending in a crash with the driver basically barricading himself inside the car at Broadmoor Avenue and Workman Avenue.
All right,
in the
so
East San
I'm
Gabriel
keeping
Valley.
an eye on the
As we were
standoff.
covering that,
Nothing
this
is happening on
actually
that.
drove by
So we're going to
at
stick
a
with
very
this
high
right
rate
now.
of speed. This is East Cypress
It is a
Street
woman.
and
It's
North
a man.
Coney
It's a
Avenue
woman.
there
It's
in
a man.
Coney. You see
It's
it
a
on your
little bit of
screen
both.
with our Sky
It
Map
is a buy
7
one, get one free.
technology.
How many did you buy?
And this pursuit started going by. This one is a wild one, putting a lot of people in danger. So we are electing to cover this one as well because of the danger it poses to anybody who is out there. You see one driver here that's in the way of the pursuit.
Like this video.
And
Help
you
us
said
out.
that it
You're new,
appears to be the sheriff's department along with perhaps another agency or 2 that are involved in chasing this vehicle.
You guys will have to give me a second.
What it's wanted for,
over here.
and we're hoping to find that
I'm
out.
boiling
Simon
noodles.
Desk making some calls right now, trying to find out.
Stolen vehicle, Mark. It is confirmed now by our assignment desk. A stolen vehicle out of the city of Industry, and as far as we could tell,
just
still
jumped out of that car in that parking lot.
Passenger seat. You saw 3 people jump out of the back seat, going for a joyride with this Grand Theft Auto suspect, making all of these wild turns. Apparently random, very last-minute turns, no braking, and just really coming on the verge of losing control of the vehicle a number of times. In fact, you saw that one near collision a ways back. But again, doing extreme speeds here on surface streets, and at one point going the wrong way on Azusa Avenue, now back on Badillo Street at Irwindale Avenue, traveling at 75 miles per hour through a red light. In fact, I don't think he stopped at any of these signals so far. Fortunately, very light traffic, but as you say, Mark, really doesn't matter what time of the day it is at these speeds and with this kind of driving.
I can't believe we had 2 back-to-back,
It's just a matter of time before somebody gets hurt here.
Yeah, it's really true. They're going to have to bring this guy to heel pretty quickly because, yeah, look at the speeds there. This is a major street, which is helpful, but if it gets into the residential areas, and it is partially, looks like might be residential, looks like there's some houses kind of bordering the street, and the speeds are high.
Nothing is happening
any cross traffic at all is in extreme
nothing.
Danger. Anybody who might be out walking or
I don't want to share any of the screen
or whatever, trying to get to work
this is,
or whatever might be going on.
Hot.
They are in real danger, and just the erratic nature of the turns. This driver's not really slowing down.
He's sleeping
in a way that provides a lot of control in the turns. He's made some pretty sharp turns and ended up going on the wrong side of the street. And
it's an insane night. I mean, crazy,
with like the center median, for example. So some real danger here. The speeds are high.
He's in a standoff right now. I'm keeping an eye on that. So if anything happens with that, we'll jump back to it. But for right now, we're going to stick with this.
Look at that, Mark. 85 miles per hour down Ramona Boulevard. I think the passenger may have jumped out with those other those other
There
passengers
looked
are
like
ways back
4
in that
people
parking
came out.
lot.
I could have
So
swore
from our vantage point, it appears, look at that, coming up on
this is going to be a wreck.
Merced Avenue with a little bit of cross traffic there, but a little more manageable turn there. Almost lost my train of thought there. But in any event, this person refusing to pull over, the sheriff's department now pulling back slightly because of the extreme speeds here. The driving is just so dangerous and so reckless.
There's nobody on the
However,
road.
At this
It's
point,
all right.
we believe that it is now only the driver behind the wheel in the vehicle.
Well,
wow. Well, as we watch this, he's just ran
it
a
was
red
a
light,
2 for Tuesday. You're right. Thank you, Nigel, for reminding me.
Count. Yeah, number of red lights that he has not even slowed down for, just going like a bullet through some of these intersections.
Yeah,
I mean, as you can tell,
going to be
by
a
the way,
while
we're
with
still
that one.
basically in the area of West Covina, ironically enough. Actually, we're in Baldwin Park now as he makes his way further to the west. Merced Avenue and Olive Street, another wild left turn here. And look at that. LA County Sheriff with that primary unit able to catch back up and now keep up with him a little bit. Now he's back in a residential neighborhood. And this is where you start to look for any sign of him maybe thinking about dumping the vehicle. If he finds a spot, a nook, a cranny
If this
in
is
this
a woman, this is going to be a very shocking
see an opportunity to just
kickoff to Wild
dump
Woman
the vehicle
Wednesday.
and run for it, or he can keep up this, erratic
I'm in
driving.
prison.
But
Does
this
it
is
look like I'm a
scary
cop?
stuff, especially these speeds. And now in a residential neighborhood down Walnut Street, almost contacting that parked car there, doing about 60 miles per hour down Walnut. Another red light, and
man, get it together over there. That's them, not me.
Well, we lost the signal there from Air 7 HD for a minute or two. We hope to get it back. These things happen. It's a digital signal, and when it gets...
As soon as they come back, we'll jump back over there, guys. This is what's going on at the standoff.
The pursuit continuing now, Los Angeles Street and Benham Avenue. The speed's still very high. This is, you said it was the Baldwin Park area, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. We both cut out there, Mark. A wild left there, put him on Los Angeles, going through a number of red lights again, and once again, speeding up to about 70 miles per hour down Los Angeles Street. And look at this, a number of intersections already lined with additional sheriff's units. That primary unit so far has done a great job of keeping up with the suspect despite the extreme speed.
So, wow.
And you can see the helicopter overhead as well. But it is a very worrisome pursuit with the driving that we're seeing.
The
He is really pushing the pedal to the metal down a lot of these surface streets into some of these residential neighborhoods. Right here, it appears a little more commercial with looks like a reservoir. I think that's a reservoir off the
it's
left.
getting badly. Like the other one, I didn't really think
I've lost,
was going to end like
we're going
that.
Eastbound now. Eastbound on Los Angeles Street, crossing Azusa Canyon Road.
This one's got a bad feeling attached to it.
A lot of random turns. Here comes another one, a wild left. And it was one of those wide random
They seem to think it is a woman. Yeah, stolen car.
Earlier on when we first got eyes on this pursuit, almost thought it was going to come to a crash ending about 10 minutes ago. But he is carrying this on, taking his joyride all the way to the end.
Well, we hope the end doesn't involve a crash. That's the main hope of everyone involved here.
Especially the person that owns the car. Like, oh
everybody walks away from this. The suspect walking to jail and the police getting to go home. He just ran through a red light there, as we just saw at Azusa Canyon Road and Nubia Street. Continuing through this area that's a wider street. But looks like they're
jump out of the car
on one side, businesses on the other.
Party on
the, like a truck yard there.
Business in the back. No, business in the front.
But again, the speeds have been very high. Luckily, the
streets
have
look at this.
Virtually
Pro move.
That's a tough turn he's making.
From getting the pit.
This car is really handling those turns. Not sure what kind of vehicle it is, but it's staying pretty stable on the turns. It's not he's not totally losing control, but
real fast.
I think the speeds are too high right now for a pit maneuver, aren't
they? Way too high, but if he's going to do it.
The speeds are too high, but look at this unit coming up along his left rear you know, I don't think they're going to wait for him to slow down too much
Doing
because
80. If you put some at 80, it's going to be a mess.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
There was some cross traffic there that almost got that deputy into trouble. God forbid, but it looks like he was able to slow down. Well, wind down a little bit. See if he's able to keep up there.
Did he
keep
hit
him in the shot here. Just want to see.
Car?
Yeah, he was able to navigate
Right.
that, but that deputy.
Man, that deputy almost was done.
And that's actually the intent.
He almost had the night
of
off.
This pursuit driver. He's trying to lose the cops, trying to get them in trouble. He thinks he's in Fast
Nothing
and
but
Furious,
love over here. We
and it's
appreciate it. We
just
got great
a matter of luck so far. But as I was mentioning,
and
as you were going to
voice,
say, these streets are so empty. You have to wonder whether they are prepared to maybe make a riskier pit maneuver to bring this to an end, considering there is such
oh my God, yes, Kelly.
To speak of
women
here.
can. I've seen some
an open road here
craziness
without anybody in the way. They may go ahead and give the go-ahead for that pit maneuver, even if he's traveling.
Wild Woman Wednesday, by the way, guys.
Typical
don't forget.
Speed.
Yeah, it's quite a tick, though. I mean, he's almost 80 miles an hour a second ago. I don't know if you want to do a pit maneuver at that speed. That puts everybody in danger, the officer and the suspect, because the collision or the spin could be almost catastrophic.
A hell of a spin
at that.
In any event, I don't think he's going to give them the opportunity because every time that officer,
every time he gets close, he just takes off.
He just steps on it. I mean, he's not giving them any chance whatsoever. I was thinking maybe if he slows down to 45, 50 miles per hour, maybe you give the go ahead. But at 80 miles per hour, absolutely not.
Shoot him,
way
Lizzie.
too
Shoot
risky.
him.
Way too many variables. And
this is crazy. This
is back
insane
on
so
Highway.
far. What a wild night it's been.
Coming up on another red light, man. He is blowing through these red
he's gonna
lights.
hit somebody.
With a little bit of somebody making the turn there, but
Mary, Utah,
I feel sorry
coming in
for these
with 5
deputies having to try to
biggins.
keep up. I mean, so often
Hallelujah.
when the sheriff's department of all agencies
Smooth sounds.
gets into these predicaments,
Emily
they will
thinks it's a
often
man.
cancel the pursuit when it becomes too dangerous. LA County Sheriff's Department, one of the
Did
more
he let her
conservative
go?
agencies,
Or him?
one of the first
Whoever.
to just call it a day, call it quits, and catch up with the suspect at a later point in time because of the liability
But it's a
and because
stolen
of the high
car.
risk to the public.
Mm-hmm.
This is not one of those situations. This is
tons of
apparently
smart
a situation
driving.
where the
You're a
calculated
bad
risk
guy.
is so high, and the
take note. This is how
fortunately
you do
there's
it.
not a lot of traffic on the road.
Very high
but
speeds.
with these kinds of
ridiculously high
erratic
speeds
moves,
through
they
here.
want to get this guy at all costs. It certainly appears that way from my vantage point. I mean, they have not fallen back hardly at all.
Whoa!
Look at this. He is really weaving through. I mean,
Somebody's
this is
gonna get hurt.
right
We gotta
out of
take this
Need
guy
for
out,
Speed
man.
or
Come
Gran
on.
Turismo. I mean, he is really
We gotta take him
just
out.
weaving through everybody in his way
Okay.
and any obstacles in his
Thank
way.
you.
Not a lot of traffic, but man, anybody he sees right through the red lights, any traffic right around them.
Hallelujah.
And
Thank
again,
you
props to that
for all the
primary
support,
unit
guys.
doing a great job navigating this maniac's driving.
Yeah, and the
Nothing is happening on the
responsibility
standoff, by the
of
way.
that lead
Nothing.
unit, because that lead unit isn't
nothing.
that the one who's also calling out street names as they continue driving? Isn't that one that really kind of has the most difficult job here, or is a following unit the one that's calling
That's what I
out
was
the
thinking
names
too,
of the
but
streets and the
you know,
directions of the turns?
Maybe they
In this
bunch
case,
of
it's
hard
probably
asses.
going to be the helicopter overhead calling out the streets. But that primary unit, you're right, is the most difficult job because the other units can afford to fall back. But if they made the decision that they want to keep a visual on this suspect at all cost, unless it gets, way too dangerous where he's going in oncoming lanes of traffic and they have to follow from the correct lanes.
I mean,
and
how
then
much
try
more
and
dangerous does it need to get, man?
Attempt to triangulate him, later on. This isn't that situation. They are right on his tail. In fact, not only are they on his tail, but a number of times it almost looks like that primary unit is getting into position to either
he acts like
catch
he's
a
getting
peek
in
at
there
the
to try and
driver's
pit.
seat, or if he sees an opportunity, maybe fishtail the vehicle control. But every time he pulls up right behind him, that driver just steps on it, and he does. Is he getting on the freeway?
No, that's bad news.
Getting on the freeway. Look at this.
Bad
the 10
news.
freeway. Getting on the westbound 10.
Bad news.
And this is going to be interesting because at the speeds he's been driving, well, with the freeway at his disposal, which is relatively light, he could go as fast as he wants.
Right. Well, he can go as fast as he wants, and luckily there's no cross
That's
traffic.
a good question.
So
Why are they waiting for
it's beneficial to both to him and the police.
Somebody's going to get hurt
they're at least
real
on a
bad,
freeway.
because he's going to be doing like over 100 out here.
The chances of cross traffic are nil. and he just has to make sure to navigate around all of these vehicles. But you see, the freeway's not empty. Freeways are also never empty in Southern California, as we know. So there are other vehicles that are put in some peril as this this driver of this stolen vehicle is flying by them now at 90-something miles an hour.
It's a crazy night.
95 miles per
Man, it's a
hour.
crazy
Now
night.
he's really pushing it. I have to wonder if the sheriff will keep up with him at these speeds. Becomes a different ball game, and also does the idea of handing this off to California Highway Patrol come into play as well? That's something that we would typically see. We didn't see it earlier. West Covina PD really
they really are keeping an eye on. Good job on this.
And really wanted to remain the lead agency.
Yeah, the Scion is now a standoff.
But they maintain.
They still haven't done anything.
Their control of that
He's
pursuit.
still just sitting in the car.
The sheriff may opt to keep the pursuit as well, or they could hand it off to the California Highway Patrol. But
David,
once again,
indeed, this is a
this suspect
wild
has really earned the attention, the close attention of the LA County Sheriff's Department, because in any other situation that I can remember,
turn up the
a pursuit
volume.
this dangerous in the county jurisdiction is often let go just because of the liability and the high risks involved at these speeds. But in this case, at this hour of the night, apparently they've made the decision to stay on them. Now getting off of the 10 freeway.
Turn up my volume.
To Pacific Avenue, westbound Pacific Avenue off of the freeway. We're going to keep moving as we make our way closer to the airport, because we are starting to get to that hour of the night where our gas tank needs a refill as well. But in the meantime, we're going to keep
they
the
end up
camera
going
on this stolen vehicle pursuit, a Grand Theft
Hopefully
Auto
that's
suspect
better.
behind the wheel, traveling at a high rate of speeds,
Hopefully
back on
that's
surface
better.
streets, blowing through every red light in town as he continues in the westbound direction. LA County Sheriff Mark still, even
that
despite
sounds
these
great.
speeds, still just a few hundred
You
yards
old
back.
milky bastard.
All right, and again, on those surface streets now, the speeds are high. And look at that. He's coming right up on this other vehicle. Is he going to go into the oncoming lanes of traffic? He's riding that center,
By the way,
lane. But look at the speeds. Incredible. 75 miles an hour on these residential or surface streets.
We just got
with
the
plenty
people,
of intersections, plenty of cross
so
traffic. So far,
the people in the house at the standoff.
But that could change
the people
at any
in
moment.
the houses, they've evacuated those houses. They woke all these people up.
45 miles per hour.
And
the
there's
speed
some
limit
very
cannot
angry
be more than
people
45 at the
having to leave
most.
their houses.
Slowing down a little bit here. Looks like he has a curve, a bend
sending
in the
over
road
the funny monies
at Pacific and Main.
Much appreciated.
Another green light.
Thank you, guys.
Fortunately, and
yeah, I don't know who's going to cover this.
Like
I'm trying to see if anybody else is going or
here,
is on
but,
this right
he's
now.
certainly shown a willingness to blow through every red light as well. So.
Not a single one.
We
I'm
can't
very
get too
upset.
comfortable here. Again, LA County Sheriff.
Yeah, everybody
will
is
try
still
and
with
see
the
how
other.
far back they are. I think they have fallen back a little bit. Are they? No, they're back. They're back behind him, right? Yeah, that's
right there.
So yeah, they are. It's
Well,
remarkable,
let's hope so.
Mark. I mean, this is an unusual night here. Not what we normally expect to see from the various players. But
Everybody's going to bail on that
right
standoff
on
and come to this. It's going to happen.
90 miles per
We just
hour.
got to bide
down
our
Main Street,
time.
Main Avenue.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is our second pursuit, our second consecutive pursuit, almost overlapping pursuits, if you will. That first pursuit of a rape suspect and domestic violence suspect that ended up in a West Covina neighborhood being pursued by West Covina police. And it's interesting, I saw somebody on Twitter who I guess they did a Google Maps search or something like that, and they looked up the address, and they may have found the suspect's car parked there at some point. This may be where the suspect lives, because they found a Google Maps or something that shows that same vehicle parked in the same area where he ended up tonight.
Sound terrible, feel terrible.
That's an interesting development there. But while we were covering that, the suspect refusing to get out of that vehicle, this pursuit literally kind of passed through the area. And the
they just happened to see this
one coming. The danger level was such that we elected to cover this one, and this one has been a wild one as well, and something for, in terms of public safety, we feel a duty to let people know about so that you can
stay your
avoid
ass
the
off the
area
road
if you can. Because look at this. I think we're recalibrating our speed right now, but Arrow Highway and Elton Street.
Thank you for the shout out.
The stolen car
over there,
and being pursued by the LA County Sheriff's
we
Department.
like shout outs, why not?
And remarkable
Tonight
as we continue at this late hour, just how empty the streets are.
It's so crazy. I mean, we just have the one chase
for this,
and now here we are.
These pursuits, quite frankly, but especially for
more
LA
craziness.
County Sheriff. Look at him go through, and there goes the green light again for him. He's had a little bit of luck on his side tonight, but I gotta say he's had a lot of close calls, and you can only wonder. We're going to have to wonder how this one ends. Of course, we'll find out and bring it to you. But unfortunately, we're going to start pulling away here.
Don't pull out now.
Away from us at a pretty high rate of speed. Still, though,
Sorry,
LA County Sheriff maintaining a visual of that suspect despite the high speeds. That's going to do it for our coverage. But Mark, another wild night, to say the least.
Yes, indeed. Our Air 7 HD helicopter gets pretty good mileage, but not enough for 2 pursuits in one evening. So you go get gas as needed. We are going to try to follow
get gas, but make sure to save the receipt.
Find out how they ended up.
They're not covering this
really important
anymore. Officers have backed off this pursuit of a stolen vehicle. So we are going to conclude our coverage here on KCAL 9 and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles, and we will bring you David Goldstein's investigation.
Wow.
Some celebrities are using more water than allowed. That's right now on CBS News.
Wow, everybody's leaving. Nobody's going to be on it.
And now to that other story. California officials have been urging everyone to conserve water because of the severe drought. But CBS 2 Investigates has found some big Hollywood celebrities may not be doing their part.
All right, hold on. Let me do the rounds. Fox is showing a rerun of what happened earlier. That's not live. Damn, they did us dirty, guys. They did us dirty. I think everybody's out of fuel. Everybody's out of fuel. Yeah. Everybody's just showing replays now. Nothing. Nobody's got anything, guys. This is a sad situation. Sad situation. Well, all the choppers that were up all ended up, I mean, they've been up 2 hours plus now already. I don't know how long they were up already. What a crazy night, man. I'll check 1 or 2 more things, and then that's going to be it. I'm going to have to bounce. Yeah, man. That's it. That's, wow, that sucks, don't it? Well, let me take this opportunity to thank everybody that did come by. Nobody is covering this right now. So look for a stringer, maybe. Watch those. Or, you know what? You can go to bed. You can just call it a night, like I am. I really should. I really should. I mean, we got to pull the trigger on that, Mike. I mean, don't you think? Don't you think? I'm kind of upset, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty mad. Pretty mad. All right, guys, we love you. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 4:05 for Wild Woman Wednesday. Classic chases submitted by all of the yes, he does. You tell him I said hi when you go over there. Tell him, say Mikey over it. We gotta chase it. Cello. Lady Fang, you missed a lot. You need to rewind and rewatch everything. Just just watch it all again. All right, I'm going to sleep. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here, so you guys have a great night. And again, don't forget tomorrow, Wild Woman Wednesday, right here, where you're watching this beautiful voice of mine. About to get out of here. All right, guys. Till next time. Let's do it.
Just do what I tell you.